Aloha, I'm Annie Elison, and this is your May 2025 Kauai housing market update. What's going on the island of Kauai? You know, it's interesting. You know, we're in this position, country, globally, where there's a lot of uncertainty. And uncertainty is generally not good for economics because people are scared of uncertainty. Let's see how the current state of the world is impacting Kauai real estate. Currently on Kauai, I included multifamily homes in this one. For single family homes, condos, land, and multifamily homes, all fee simple, removing one subdivision, which I'll get to later. There are currently 462 properties for sale. 462. That's a higher number than I've reported in the past. Our inventory is growing, which is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're a buyer. You have more options. If you've been watching my market updates, you know, when we came out of COVID, we had basically nothing for sale. When people would come and say, I want to buy something, I'd say, well, here's your one option. Do you want it? Having options is a good thing. Of those, we have 189 single family homes for sale, 168 condos, and 7 multifamily, and 98 parcels of land. Now, when I say 7 multifamily, it's not like we're selling apartment complexes, generally speaking, on Kauai. This is usually like a house with a guest house or some kind of multiple unit dwelling, which also qualifies as multiple family, right? So just keep that in mind. 462 for sale. So how is the market doing? In our MLS on Kauai, we have 2 statuses that mean a seller and a buyer have agreed upon a sale. People often refer to this as pending. In our MLS, we actually have contingent and under contract. They mean different things, but they are often used interchangeably. So if you're looking at this information on Zillow or Redfin or one of these other websites, it probably just says pending. But contingent means it's contingent upon something. A loan, an inspection, another house selling. There's something that's making the deal contingent. Under contract is supposed to mean there are no contingencies. Now, there's almost no deals that have no contingencies. So sometimes it means they're done with their general inspection period, or maybe it's a cash purchase, right? So it is a little more of a secure deal, but they are both pending in the sense that a seller and a buyer have come to agreement and they're moving forward towards closing. If there's a property that you love that is contingent, the National Association of Realtors says about 20% of contingent deals fall apart. I would tell you that number is a lot smaller, maybe 10%, maybe 6%. It's not that high, but properties do fall out of escrow, and sometimes backup offers get lucky and they get to buy the house they really want. As of May 1st, there are 105 properties that are contingent or pending. 56 of those are single family homes. 31 are condos. There are currently 0 multifamily, 0 of the 7 at least, and 18 parcels of land. Now, if you've been following me, you know these numbers are up from last month, right? 56 homes is a lot more than last month, right? These are pending status, contingent, and 18 parcels of land. I believe last month it was like 9. So these numbers have jumped. The contingent numbers jumping means there are more people in the market in the last month than there were the month before, right? So that's really interesting to note that there are more people in the market. Now, what sold? 68 properties sold. Right, 68 is a lot less than 105. So 68 properties sold last month. 34 were single family homes, 22 were condos, 0 multifamily, and 12 parcels of land. So even the parcels of land is up from last month in sold parcels of land. So that's exciting. But you can see from the sold, right, because most of those were probably contingent last month, there's a big jump. Right, so there's a lot more pending than there were sold. So it tells us that even though inventory is growing, so are buyers in the market, and so are deals coming together in the market. Now let's talk about what is selling. You know, it's fun to do the super high stuff and the super low stuff. And I do feel like our high-end market is actually really pretty healthy. Now, remember, very high-end is always, there are fewer buyers. They are properties that generally take longer to sell. We have 7 properties over $4 million that are contingent. One is a Princeville home. One is a home in Aliomanu Estates. 4 are homes in Kukui'ula, which is, you know, everyone loves Kukui'ula. And 1 is a very large parcel in Moloa'a. It's over 46 acres. Now it's a large parcel up on a bluff with 2 home sites that are going to have views looking over Moloa'a Bay. So it's a property that's been on the market for a while, but it's good to see that someone is taking a bite at it, and it looks like it's going to move forward and close. So that's exciting. What's for sale for over 20 million? These are properties for sale, right? So there's one on Veki Road, which is the road in Hanalei that kind of follows the bay. It's on the Mauka side, right? But there's one on Veki Road for sale. There's another off-market property for sale on Veki Road as well. 2 of them are properties in Kilauea with 40 plus acres, right? So that's exciting too. 2 of these properties selling for over 20 million are large parcels for sale in Kilauea, which is on the north shore or the north side of Kilauea. Now, to me, often Kilauea is like the Kauai dream. You know, people want to own acreage on the north shore of Kauai, and if they want that, most likely it's going to be in Kilauea. And both are tremendous properties. There's also one on Pe'e Road, which is walkable to Poipu Beach as well as Brenneke Beach. There is a single family home, but because it's located in the VDA, the Visitor Destination Area, and it's zoned R20, it's an over 25,000 square foot lot. It's being sold as a development opportunity, and there is a real opportunity there for someone. Zoned R20, I mean, technically you could have, 10 condos on it. Now, how you'd configure those and go through planning and approval, that's a whole nother conversation. But if you want to have it, call me. Property that large with that kind of zoning being sold in the VDA, that's an interesting and exciting property. We do see more properties coming to market, but we also see more buyers in the market, right? That are making offers that are being accepted. In my last video, I said it is a buyer's opportunity. I think that's still definitely true, especially priced under 1215, right? Especially if you're in the condo vacation rental market. Things that are a solid good deal, they are selling, and other things are being negotiated. Okay, now what did I do last month? Well, last month I sold 3 properties. One was in Princeville, one was in Kapa'a, a great single family home with a ADU. My clients, I'm so happy for him. It's a great property. And a very cute little beach house that I had on the market. If you've heard me talk about this beach house, it was just so pristinely done. I'm super happy for the sellers because it's sold, and I'm super happy for the buyers because they really seem to love it. Kind of a coming soon teaser is I do have a large home that's on the beach with a TVR, which means a vacation license, coming on the market. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm going to have one for you. They're very rare. What else is going on that I can tell you about? Well, there is something kind of exciting that happened. I'm with Coldwell Banker, and Coldwell Banker Island Properties on Kauai had their awards banquet, and look what they gave me. International Society of Excellence. So it says that myself, Annie Elison, was one of the top 150 agents internationally. in the world. So not only am I the top 0.5% of agents in the world, I'm one of the top 150. I have a hard time talking about myself, which is probably surprising as a salesperson, but I do think it's quite the accomplishment, and I'm really happy that I was able to do it. But mostly I'm happy for my clients whose homes I was either able to sell or whose dreams I was able to complete with the purchase of their properties on Kauai. If there's anything I can do for you, please reach out to me via text, email, smoke signal. I'm here. And as I like to say, life is short. Buy the beach house. Live the dream.